Hi, welcome to Where's Wilmington? I'm Lisa Capalla. Thank you so much for being with us today. I have the pleasure of interviewing many guests today, but the first two in the half of the program I have with me is Ed Shelley. Nice to meet you. And Karen Goulet. Good to have you. They are from Tops Soccer, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what they do in the community. Very exciting program, innovative program, I should say, that helps kids in our community learn soccer and sports, but it's actually really special kids that you work with. So Ed, tell me a little bit about what Tops Soccer is and how it began.
Tops Soccer, the definition of that is the outreach program for special needs children. This year is the 10th year anniversary. I am the originator and director of the Wilmington program. Karen Goulet is my partner in this program. And we have children from, we have 71 children registered.
Wow.
The program. Coaches, middle school, high school kids, we have well over 100 coaches. It's all volunteer. Every year, of course, coaches go on and graduate from school, and we're always looking for new coaches for the program, and they do come out by the droves. It's word of mouth, and we always seem to have plenty of coaches to interact with our children.
Okay.
The children do come from over 26 different communities.
Well, let me just stop you there for a minute,
okay.
Ed. When you're saying Tops Soccer, we're not talking about traditional Wilmington-funded soccer programs. This is a little bit unique. Let's tell the folks that are watching why this program is so unique.
It's so unique with the special needs that they're able to interact together with their other players, as well as when the soccer program is being held at the Shawsheen Field in Wilmington. They can interact with the whole program, so they feel that they're part of the community.
So in other words, they aren't left out. Maybe many years ago, there was just no opportunity for kids with, I hate to use this expression, handicaps or special needs. There was no place for them to play. Their brothers and sisters might be on a team and they weren't able to participate.
Right.
Now, your program's been running for 10 years, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And this program, Tops Soccer, was the first one in Massachusetts, is that correct?
Yes, I believe it was. There's a question between Wilmington and Winchester, so we have we toss a coin up.
All right.
But it was basically pretty much started close to the same. We may have started 1 week earlier in Wilmington.
Okay. And what made you get involved with this program?
Well, when you are a coach in the Wilmington Youth Soccer Association, you receive a newsletter. Mm-hmm. And one day I was reading a newsletter and had a little article that said Tops Soccer with a phone number. So I got very inquisitive about it, and I called it. It was organization headquarters is in Texas.
Right.
So I called there and I said, "What is this all about?" And they explained it to me, and I asked them if there was some type of training involved, whatever. They said, "Basically, you're on your own. We'll send you a little 8-track. We'll send you some literature," and I received that. And then I just went to the Soccer Association, told them I wanted to start this program, and they said, "Fine."
Really? So the idea was well received even 10 years ago.
Oh, they were open arms.
Excellent.
Open arms. The Soccer Association is phenomenal.
Excellent.
Phenomenal. They back us up 150%. They give us the fields. We get uniforms. There's a lot of things they do for us and help with this program.
And Karen, you can speak to how giving the community has been at large. You explained to me before we started the program, all of this is no charge.
Right. So
that is amazing to me. In this day and age, that anything is free, but especially something like this.
And these families run into so many expenses in their lives, between medical expenses and others that have to do with trying to help their children in life, that it's the least that we can do. And so not only does Wilmington Youth Soccer subsidize the program, but we're fortunate to have many donors as well. The town itself of Wilmington, Mike Kyer, the town manager, as well as the rec department of Wilmington, not just financially, but in-kind services and space for our winter program. The rec department sponsors an offshoot of this in the winter at the North Intermediate Cafeteria called Top Sports. But we also have had private donations. And the families, the Rotary Club of Wilmington.
Many more that we can't mention today. But just for the basic few, it's been, the whole community has really been supportive of this. That's excellent. What kinds of challenges have you faced, not so much financially, but with working with the children? I'd be interested to hear some stories, what you've seen or how the children have grown in the years that you've been there.
I've found challenges, well, the interaction. Our coaches, most of them are middle school, high school kids that come out. And it's on-the-job training. It's now progressing to a little more structure to it, where there's going to be clinics involved in it as the program grows.
Meaning sports clinics.
Meaning a training of what we do in the program, yes. Right now, they do come down and they say they'd like to be a coach. And what Karen and I do is we associate them with coaches that have been doing it, put them with them. Basically, again, it goes back to on-the-job training with the children. The interaction has been phenomenal. I will tell you this, in 10 years, I have never had to bring one of the coaches, the staff, and aside and say, look, I appreciate you coming down, but I don't think this is going to fit right for you. It's never had to be done in 10 years.
Wow.
They interact, and the children also in the program interact with them. The word phenomenal. It would just blow you away if you came down to see that interaction. And the smiles on their faces, these children smile all the time. My throat. That's okay. Excuse me. And it's a wonderful thing. We do many different things. We have different type of activities. And it's really not by numbers. If one child come out, it's a program. When I first started out, there was 2 young girls that came down. And how it started with the coaches, I was running from one child to another with a ball in my hand, and the girls were just hitting it. I'm like, oh, goodness gracious, this is fun. And my son and 2 of his other friends that I've coached since kindergarten on up through the soccer association they were in, and basketball and other things. That night, my son said to me, Dad, you need help. I said, help me, please. Right. He said, and then he came down with some of his friends the following week, and that's where the start of the staff and the coaches came. So I was able to put them with the children, and that way I could go from one child to another, and we would come up with ideas of just making sure they got activity, keeping them physically, their arms, their bodies, whatever they were able to do, and having the coaches and training them, as well as learning myself and learning from the parents.
Right.
You know, what is good and what can be done. And there we go. We started that 10 years ago, and we now have at the Shawshene Field 2 major fields that the Soccer Association has given us a top soccer field. So it's just phenomenal. I do advise everyone, if they can come out on a time on Saturday, we don't have a time set for the spring, but it runs spring and fall, and it's a phenomenal program.
And what about you, Karen? Why is this program so important to you, and what made you jump on board with Ed and all the folks that were working with him?
It's hard to say no to Ed. But I don't have children with special needs myself, but I like to say that I have children with special hearts. And both of them participate as coaches in the program. As Ed mentioned, many of the middle school and high school children, young adults now that participate as coaches. I've always been involved with either Special Olympics or even back to college days when it was called Circle K. And to Ed's point about our players, our tops players, the interaction that they have with the coaches is the heart of the program. And without our volunteer coaches, which we're proud to count over 100 of them, we would not have a program. And so we're very, very fortunate to be a part of it.
Why did you come on the program today? Why is it important for you to be here?
Well, we'd love to spread the word. You know, there are 25 programs in Massachusetts with over 4 million disabled children, special needs children across the nation. Only 600 in Massachusetts are involved in the top soccer program. So we know there are many more children out there with special needs whom we could reach out to and partner for this program. And with only 25 programs in Massachusetts, we'd like to start more in other towns, and we'd like more to join ours as well.
Are there any parameters for parents when they're considering enrolling their children in the TOPS program? What maybe isn't allowed or what is allowed? How far-reaching do you deal with children who are in wheelchairs, for example?
We do. Yeah, we have no limits, and it's a judgment-free zone, it's a safe zone, it's a very welcoming environment, and we'll accept anyone with any level of special needs, physical, intellectual, emotional. There's quite a wide range.
I have to tell you, what you're doing is pretty brave, because most of us in the secular population, I would think, are a little bit fearful, special needs, how do I deal with that? It's a big undertaking, but you seem to make it sound like it's all just worked out wonderfully. There hasn't been an issue.
I think that's what's so special about the coaches. Here are these, 4th, 5th through 12th grade children who are non-judgmental and have such a wonderful relationship with these special needs children. That is what makes it so special.
And I'm sure you've had success stories, tons and tons of things where maybe children weren't talking or weren't social or just came right out of their shell. Exactly. Any story you'd like to share about that, Ed, that you can give us?
There's one girl in the program, her name is Julia, and I love all the children that are in the program. And she's been with the program a good 5 years now. And when she first came aboard, a lot of them, when they first come down to the field, and that's what I tell the parents when they call me on the phone, come on down, see what you think. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Right.
All of them, they all come back. And again, like I said, they all come down from different communities. And just getting back to Julia, she was very, very shy when she first came down. Now she'll dance for us. When we end the program, we have all the coaches and players sitting down with the parents behind them. She'll come up and she'll speak to the program. And when her mother would tell me she never would really want to talk a lot, she comes to this program and does a lot of talking now. She smiles.
Gives you a run for your money.
Does she give us a run for the money? When I have to stop talking, that tells you something right there.
Right.
But I mean, you see.
Lots of improvements. There was a boy last Saturday at our indoor program who we would otherwise call a runner. He doesn't hold your eye contact long enough to really have any substantive conversation, but he clicked with a coach last Saturday, Kyle, and the two of them, we could see them from afar having actual conversations, interacting on a sustained basis, and that was highly unusual, so much so that his parents were saying, what is his name? We want him to have this coach every week. It was phenomenal.
Wonderful?
Yep.
So you really don't know how far-reaching the benefits are going to be. Right. You're on a soccer field an hour, 2 hours, but really that helps the entire society. Right. These kids may be less fearful, may have better focus, might have better control. That's really, really amazing. Yeah. In the next half of our program, which is coming up in a few seconds, we're going to actually meet some parents, and I think Jake is coming on possibly, and a couple other folks who are going to tell us about their actual involvement. What do you need from the community in the next couple of seconds? We'll talk about that in the second half too. But is there anything you'd like our viewers to do for you?
We'd love for them to help us spread the word, and the best way to do that is to reach us via email. If they'd like to start a program in their town, we'll be happy to do all of the due diligence in order to get that started, and they can reach us via email or telephone.
Excellent, and we're going to make sure we give that email and telephone in the second half of the program, and you're both going to stay? Sure. For the second half? Excellent. So we're going to run our break right now, and when we come back, we'll be talking more with the TOPS soccer people. We're going to be sharing more experiences of hope and joy about that. So stay with us.
This is fine. Thanks.
What's that? Check it out, Dave. What do you got there, Dave?
Looks like someone's thunder thighs.
They must have lost them playing in the snow with their kids. Let's get back to work.
There's been some confusion and more than a few jokes told about the terrorism threat level color chart.
So then the bartender says yellow. I thought orange meant elevated.
The truth is, it's no joke. No matter what the color level is, there are some common sense guidelines that every family should follow to help protect themselves in today's less than perfect world. For more information, log on to securityinKnowledge.org. Be informed, be prepared, and be safe.
Hi, welcome back to Where's Wilmington. This is the second half of our program about Tops Soccer. As you can see, I'm joined by many more guests. We have Carla with us, Karen's already here, Ed's here, Jake, our special star, is here, and Jake's mom, Nikki, is here also. So let's ask Jake. Jake, what do you like about the soccer program that you do? Can you tell me?
I like my soccer ball. I love my things that do with doing things, and I like more of my friends that play with me at soccer, and I like going to a concession stand and getting something good to eat.
Yeah, I can understand that. You have a pretty nice shirt on there. Where did you get that?
This one or this one?
The one that has the team information on it. Where did you get that?
I got that at soccer, remember?
Did they give that to you?
They gave it to me right in the soccer field.
Wow.
I got that.
You're a lucky guy.
I'm a lucky guy here.
Who is your coach?
My coach Ed and Coach Karen is my coach.
And what do they do for you?
They sometimes give us little different things. They sometimes say, this is something you can do on the field, and sometimes you can take your ball, kick it around, throw it around, and toss it, and do all that stuff. And
Is it fun?
It's fun. It's like a park kind of. It's like being at a game.
Mm-hmm. Now, if there's other boys and girls that are watching us on TV today and they're scared to come play, what would you say to them? Would you say, come and join us, do you think?
Come and join us. Let's do that.
It's really fun?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing soccer for?
I have been doing soccer for 3 years, probably.
Wow.
Since kindergarten.
Since kindergarten. Would you mind if I talk to your mom now?
Me.
Okay. So tell me, Nikki, how has this helped Jake to really develop? And what could you say to other parents that might be watching today that want to get their kids involved?
Yeah, definitely. As a parent of a child with special needs, you're looking for any and all programs that are out there for your child that are affordable, that definitely, that they want to participate in. He's done many things over the years, but he's done this for 9 years now.
Wow.
And, spring, fall, never fail. We go see Coach Ed, and the kids that started out coaching with him are already out of college.
Now, before Jake got involved with this program, were you frustrated that there wasn't anything available for him to do? How did you feel?
Well, I have 3 boys, and he's my middle son, and they can participate in anything.
That's
anything
wonderful.
that's out there, they can do, but he couldn't. So we were looking for something that...
Yeah, I would imagine that would be tough to have to say to your child, no, you can't, but they can. That's got to be heartbreaking.
It is.
So that must have been really good for you to have an avenue to approach, especially because it's no cost. I can't believe that.
Yes.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
So about 3 years ago, well, even probably longer ago, Ed and I started talking about what could we do in the winter, because the kids need something to do in the winter as well. And then that's when we came up with the plan to have the Top Sports, which was going to be basketball-based program.
Right.
And the town of Wilmington helped us put that together and gave us the supplies that we needed.
May I talk, please?
One sec, please. And that's another program that's really very successful. And again,
Excellent.
if it wasn't for our coaches, our volunteers, our teenagers who, get up and give up their Saturdays and get up early and be with our kids, again, we wouldn't have a program.
Right. What did you want to say, Jake? Did you want to tell us something?
Oh, and yeah, it's a nice program. We sometimes bring when Sam goes, we sometimes bring Sam's ball. It's sometimes easy, sometimes not so easy. Sometimes it's easy, we can go and play and have fun. Sometimes it's not so easy, like I'm laying on the ground having tension.
Right. Well, everybody has that happen sometimes. I think every athlete has a tough day now and then.
Tough day or something.
Yes.
But it's basically something that has special needs in their bodies that means something.
And I'm so glad that you're able to do this. I really am. Now, Ed, I know you wanted to thank the folks out there at large and say some things about that.
There are thanks that are needed out there, especially my family, my wife, who's the backbone of the family. Without her support, I wouldn't be able to do many of these things. My son and my daughter. My son, when he went on from Wilmington High School, he went to Assumption College. He actually started a program, Top Soccer, in the Holden area. He graduated a year and a half ago, and my daughter this year is a senior, and she took over the program out in Holden. They run their program on Sundays, so It was the first program west of 495. Was held out. It's held out in Halden, Mass.
Well, they had a good example. I know you're a good guy, not just a good guy, but you got the award.
But there are so many thanks that are needed, and I know the politicians. I know that sometimes they don't like to hear it, but Mike Carr has been a tremendous supporter for us in the program. Debbie Cipriani and the rec department has done phenomenal work for us. There are just so many people we want to say thanks to. The coaches that have gone on. There are some of them that have gone on to college. Their major special needs are graduating there, have called me up and asked if they could come back to the program. I said, with welcome arms, please come back. So there's so much that happens in that, and I know I can't name all the people. You all know who you are.
And you just really want to thank them for everything they've done.
Yes, I do,
That's
from the
really
bottom of my
nice.
heart.
That's nice that you're doing that. Well, we want to thank you, too, which is what we're partly doing here today by having you here. Now, I know, Carly, you're a coach. I know you don't want to say very much, but I'm sure that you enjoy the program and you've seen a lot of great things happen.
Excellent. It's an honor to be there. It really is.
Really?
Yes.
What a nice thing to say.
Yes.
Karen, anything else you want our viewers to know about getting involved? What is the age groups of the children? Do they have to be a certain age to begin the program?
We'll actually welcome anyone of any age, but the preference really is maybe 4 to 18. Sometimes the body control and the size of the body just gets a little bit too unmanageable past 18, especially if they're not real sure of their own strength and their own abilities. But we really don't say no to anyone.
Wow, that is amazing.
We can't.
That is amazing. And are there separate programs for boys and girls, or is it all co-ed?
It's all co-ed, and because there's range of abilities, range of conditions, range of ages, we try what we can in order to make it applicable to everyone. You know, Jake can do anything. He can play a scrimmage like any normal soccer player would otherwise would. And
because I think there has to be a sense of, I'm just like everybody else. Right. I'm not different. I get to play sports like everybody else. I get the shirt like everyone else. I'm on the field with all the other kids. That's got to be a really good grassroots feeling for you and for the kids involved. Mm-hmm. And what about folks that want to sign up? Now, you have it spring and fall, you said?
We do. Through the outdoor soccer program takes place during the spring and fall seasons on Saturdays at the Shawshene Field Complex during the same dates that the normal season takes place, which is April 10th through the first or second week in June. They can sign up and register online via the Wilmington Youth Soccer website, wilmingtonyouthsoccer.org. You can click on register. They could just send an email at tops@wilmingtonyouthsoccer.org, or they could even call 617-501-3959, and we'll point them in the right direction. We try to make it easy as possible.
Okay. Is there going to be any opportunity for other sports, or are we going to stick with soccer? Are we going to try to do hockey, lacrosse? What's the plan?
It's limitless. But right now, U.S. Youth Soccer is where Top Soccer, that's the umbrella, is U.S. Youth Soccer. And then each state has its own affiliate. And then within Massachusetts, Wilmington is just one of 25 towns that runs a town program. But the actual program was started by U.S. Youth Soccer. There are certainly lots of capabilities, skating, swimming.
Right, why not,
right?
So, I mean, if they see the success of these programs, maybe folks will move forward a little bit more. Anything about medical type of things that you have there? Do you have an ambulance nearby, or are there ever any accidents, anything ever go wrong?
We've been so fortunate that there haven't been any substantial instances, save maybe one. But yes, because of where it's held and under the guise of Wilmington Youth Soccer, we have the ability, we have first aid trained folks, CPR, AED trained folks, and we also have the town of Wilmington that's very responsive in case there's any needs. But we've been so fortunate that we haven't had any problems.
Jake is telling me a secret. You want to tell them what you just told me? Go ahead, tell the folks.
Concession tickets.
You want to talk about the special food that you eat at the place? Go ahead, you can do that.
What do you get at the end of each session, Jake?
It's me. I'm just wondering now. That's the whole nursing.
Mm-hmm. So do you eat something special at the games when you're there?
When we go to a game, it's something like a game and a whole bunch of kids sometimes have parties at Top Basketball, and after the games are done, we get little hot trophies and things.
You get trophies?
Trophies, and then we get some type of pizza. We have a pizza party, and we have soda and stuff, drinks and things.
Do you think I could come visit and have some pizza with you?
And
Would that
sometimes
be all right?
we go to Michael's. Sometimes we used to. But used to but we should do that still, and that's something we can do in the future. And something that we have to do soon in the future.
Excellent. Would you mind if I
So-
talk to Coach Shelley for a
I
minute?
have to still finish this.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
So we're wondering if we can make any plans like eating out or something, or having dinner out at a pizza place or a Chinese place or something.
Excellent.
And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have everyone go up in order at the counter, eat one by one. Then people can sit down at a table and eat, dine, and something like that.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Would you excuse me for a minute so I can talk to Coach
and,
Shelley,
oh,
sweetie?
and have a nice time. We might be doing this stuff this year or next year.
Wonderful.
We don't know.
Thank you, Jake.
Goodbye.
Anything final you'd like to tell our viewers in the last minute that we have? I know there's a lot more we could say today, a lot more Jake could say today, but anything you'd like our viewers to know?
Yeah, what Jake was saying as far as the having a little surprise. After the session, the Soccer Association has given us a roll of tickets, and each player and each coach gets a ticket, and they go up to the concession stand and they can get anything they would like.
Wow.
And that's gratis of the Wilmington Youth Soccer Association that does that for us. And we really thank them very much for that.
Wonderful. And thank you, everybody, for being on our program today. We really appreciate you
so
being
much.
here. If anybody's interested in getting involved, we put that website information up for you, and Karen's phone number is there. So Carla, Karen, Ed, Jake, Nikki, just want to thank you all for being here today. Is something quick you'd like to
Yeah,
add?
just
Ed?
quick, my goal of every city and town of Massachusetts, this is my goal, that they have a top soccer program.
How many towns do we have left to go?
200 plus.
200
All right, well,
plus,
you know what?
but we're working on
Come
it.
back next year, and hopefully you only have 100 to go.
That's
Deal?
right.
All
That's
right,
a
thank you
deal.
so much for
That's
being
a
with
promise.
us.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for
Thank you.
watching Where's Wilmington. We'll see you next time. And the next time someone asks you Where's Wilmington, you tell them right here and right here at WCTV. Bye-bye.